Veak, the founder of My Sober Girlfriends. As of the time of making this video, I am just about 3 years sober from alcohol and marijuana. Woo woo! I can hardly believe it. My identity was so intertwined with those two substances that I just can't even believe how far I have come in those 3 years. It is freaking amazing, and I love sobriety with my whole heart. I am here today to talk about the events and the event calendar. You know, when I was drinking and smoking for all those years, I became very disconnected from myself. Over the years, it's like I just disconnected more and more. And so that's one of the things that I include in the events because it's something that I know has been very important to me. And that is learning how to connect to my true, authentic, genuine self. Who is that? Who is the authentic Naomi? We really need that in order to be able to do the second thing that I think about, which is connection to others. It is a friendship community after all, so we definitely want to be able to connect with other people, to be able to connect with the other amazing, inspiring, growth-oriented, sober women that are in the community. And then the third thing that I think about is connection to something greater. That is a type of connection that is surprising sometimes for people in sobriety, that just kind of seems to come out of nowhere. That's how it happened for me. And you might call it a connection to your intuition, could be Mother Nature, could be God, could be universe, could be spirit, whatever it is that you call it. That is also something that is included in the different types of events. So those 3 different types of connection, which I think are all intertwined, which is connection to self, connection to the sober community, and connection to something greater. And then another one of the things I think about is all of the amazing things that we have the opportunity to learn and explore now that we're sober. Oh my goodness, when I was drinking and getting high all the time, I had no idea how much I was limiting myself with the type of activities that I did. I mean, you know, I always only wanted to do things, or I mostly wanted to do things where I was going to be able to be drunk or high while I was doing them. And it turns out that there are a lot of activities out there that are better when you're not drunk or high. So that's one of the things. Oh, by the way, I'm at my house here in Southeast Portland, and you might hear the neighbor's dog a little bit. But that's one of the things that has been just incredible to me, is once I discovered, oh my goodness, there's all these other things that are out there that are available, that I can learn, that I can try. And yeah, it's a little bit scary sometimes, but it's also very exciting, because who said sober was boring? I don't know, but they were wrong. So if you want to check out what some of these workshops have been, then you can go over to the guest facilitators page that we have on the website, and you can see descriptions of those workshops. Some of those workshops have also been about different types of tools that we can use either to help us stay sober, which is of course very important, or things that are honestly just about being a better human, because as growth-oriented sober women, we want to be the best version of ourselves. That's what's great about sobriety. It gives us the opportunity to be that best version of ourselves. And then of course, having fun. I love to be playful and I love to have fun. So you'll see those events in there as well. In addition, we do also have, I partnered with a senior This Naked Mind coach. So she's our partnered coach, and she does a monthly group coaching call with us, which is really cool. I love the This Naked Mind approach. It's been very helpful for me to help me feel more, I mean, I was already proud, but actually reading that book made me feel like really proud to be a sober person, and just a lot more secure in the decision that I made. So that's why I decided to partner with her, to be able to offer that to the community. And I'm just looking down at my notes here. So one of the things that you might be thinking about or worrying about, and I don't know you, so, you know, could be not, but you might be thinking things like, This sounds kind of scary because I don't know any of these women, and also I don't really understand what in the heck we're going to be doing, because what is this? It's not a recovery group. It's not a work meeting. Like what am I even going to be doing during these events? So I want to tell you a little story. There was a group that I decided to join actually back when I was drinking. And it was because back when I was a middle school math and science teacher, I noticed that in staff meetings, I would get very, very nervous when I would even think about saying something in front of the group. So the thought would come into my head that I had something I wanted to say, and then I would start feeling my heart freaking pounding out of my chest. My mouth would get dry, my stomach would start churning, and I just knew that when I got up to say something, my voice would start quivering, and that my mind would go completely blank, and then I would sit down. This is what would always happen. I would sit down and I would think, well, I have no idea what I just said, because my brain apparently just left my body while I was talking. I was having an out-of-body experience. So when I quit my job as a middle school math and science teacher, I thought, I think I need to work on this. And I decided to join Toastmasters. Do you know how scary that was to join Toastmasters? Oh my gosh, I was so scared to go to that first meeting. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know anyone there. I didn't know what they were going to talk about. I didn't know what any of the the format. I didn't know any of that stuff. And I signed up. After that very first meeting, I signed up for a membership. And you know why? It's because of the people there. It was Eco Voices Toastmasters. So the thing that we all had in common was that we all cared about the environment. And it brought a specific type of person to that group. I didn't know this was going to happen, but they ended up being so friendly, so warm, so supportive. These were all people that were like me, that were also scared and wanted to work on their public speaking. They wanted the same thing as me. And we also had something else in common, which was that we also cared about the environment. And that was one of the best decisions. Sobriety was the best decision I've ever made, but that was one of the best decisions I've ever made, was to take a chance on myself and to join that group because of the person that I've been able to become, because of being in that warm, supportive environment. And the people I met too, some really great people in that group. So, you might be thinking that type of thing. You might be thinking that you're nervous. You might be thinking, I don't really want to go to another Zoom meeting. I don't like the way that I look on camera. I'm afraid that they might put me on the spot for something. I'm afraid that I'm going to have to make small talk. I'm afraid that people won't like me. I'm afraid that I won't like other people. Well, think about this. I know when I was drinking and smoking pot for all those years, I put myself through a lot of pain. I put myself through emotional pain, spiritual pain, mental pain, financial pain, physical pain. And for what? Why did I put myself through all that pain? For an addictive substance, for something that was just lies. It was all lies. If you're thinking that there might be some kind of pain that is going to be involved with trying out one of these events, I invite you to just consider, is it possible that this is the type of pain that could actually lead to something much bigger and greater? And is it possible that you are going to enter into this warm, supportive, inspirational, inviting environment that you never even knew existed, that will help you to become a better version of yourself that you didn't even know was possible? Is it possible that you can go through a little bit of what you're imagining to be some pain involved, to just see what happens? See what you think about the group. See what you think about the events. and then see who you can become. That's my invitation to you. Just something to think about. Because we're here, we want to meet you, we want to support you, we want to be your community. All right. Well, I certainly hope to see you at one of the events.